Hello everyone. Today we will be taking a look at the brand new Wicked Glinda and Elphaba bookend set. It comes with 1327 pieces, 6 minifigures and retails for 130 US dollars. The packaging itself is quite nice. This is the lift off lid type of box and it is easy to fold down. The box art looks really good and inside you will find 12 numbered bags of pieces, 2 instruction manuals and a sticker sheet. Everything well protected. And while the set has plenty of highlights, one of the most interesting things about is that it actually solves a major long-standing Lego problem, which I will get into it a bit later. The build process is smooth and is genuinely enjoyable. Bag 1 starts things off with a base for Glinda's bookend, followed by Bag 2, which builds upon that foundation. By the time you reach Bag 3, you're already constructing a vibrant model of Shiz University with a really nice mix of colors. The clock here is a printed element, which is a welcome touch, and Bag 4 finishes off the book edges in pink and gold and also completes the Oz symbol with golden pieces. Bag 5 introduces a book stack compartment that represents diary, along with a simple vase built from transparent curved parts, plus two beautiful yellow and light pink flowers. I have built plenty of Lego botanical sets, but even with all that experience, I found this little flower section charming and refreshing. Bag 6 completes the book stack compartment with a lid, a lovely butterfly, another cleanly designed white flower, and a heart lock. This section is especially attractive and very satisfying to build. You can place the Madame Morrible and Funny minifigures inside the compartment and it opens and closes very smoothly. The whole structure feels sturdy, nothing feels fragile or loose. This is, all in all, a very good build. At the center of Shiz University model, there is a designated spot for Glinda's minifigure and her accessories. From both angles, the bookend looks stunning. The combination of university, minifigures, the yellow butterfly, the book stack, diary, and flowers make for a gorgeous display. Now, the overall pink theme might not appeal to everyone. I'm not usually a big fan of pink myself, but for this particular Wicked for Good design, it works perfectly. One clever highlight is Lego's use of rubbery Technic thread attachment at the bottom, which keeps the bookends from sliding on a shelf while also protecting other pieces from scratches. Moving to the Elphaba side, Bag 7 starts her bookend with a base. Bag 8 expands the frame and provides a spot for the upcoming Emerald City model. Bag 9 comes with Wizard minifigure and builds the Emerald City model, which looks fantastic and includes space for Elphaba's figure along with her broom and accessory. Bag 10 finishes off the book design, including the black W symbol, which looks really nice. All in all, till here it looks really good. Bag 11 adds a hidden compartment that opens up to reveal a table, map, lamp, carpet, and sleeping area. It all has a nice little details. The mechanism is smooth and provides space for both Wizard and Fiero minifigures. Bag 12 is where things get especially interesting. You build Elphaba's green elixir bottle, a model of Emerald City train, and another nice botanical piece, Elphaba's blue flower. The elixir bottle's cap does fall apart a bit too easily, but the flower itself is beautiful and sturdy. Once complete, this bookends looks great with colors that actually pop much better in person than in the photos. On a shelf, the green, gold, and blue stand out wonderfully against my usually brown, grey, and black tone display. In terms of practicality, these bookends feel far more functional than Lego's other Book Nook style builds. The Sherlock Book Nook is good, the Barlog one, not so much, and the Harry Potter version is solid but doesn't quite compare. The Glinda and Elphaba bookends on the other end are both sturdy and versatile. They work beautifully as actual bookends or as a decorative desk pieces. Each side has compartments, so you could, for example, place Glinda's book section on your desk with a pen, the flowers, and few trinkets inside the compartment. Elphaba's side could even double down as a candy jar. Personally, I prefer to display the minifigures separately and use the compartments in a practical way. I would love to hear how you would use them. Now, let's talk minifigures. We get 6 in total, and I'm thrilled Lego chose minifigures instead of mini dolls for this particular build. Even better, all 6 are exclusive to this set. Can you believe that? First up, we have Glinda in her iconic pink dress. She looks absolutely stunning. Her hairpiece and dual facial expressions are spot on. The jeweled crown and pearl scent scepter are excellent accessories. And she even comes with a printed heart shaped piece referencing her famous heart shaped wedding invite. Elphaba also looks great with a printed dress torso, a molded witch hat with hair, dual facial expressions, and 2 accessories, her broom and a grimoire. The wizard's minifigure is another standout. With his green hat, expressive face, printed torso, and dual molded legs with prints, he really elevates the lineup. Next up, we have Madame Morrible, not horrible as her name often gets twisted. It also is fantastic with detailed printing, dual facial expressions, and a perfect hairpiece. She also has a book accessory. Funny is decent, his hairpiece and expressions are strong, but he is let down slightly by plain legs. Some stripe printing would have been really nice here. Still, given how good the others are, this one being average is understandable. Finally, last but not the least, we have Fiero, and he rounds out the cast in his regular outfit. The hair, expressions, and torso printing are good, but the plain legs make him feel bit underwhelming. His accessories are a lamp and some flowers. They are fine, though nothing special. All in all, for a $130 license set, the minifigure selection is impressive. 4 are outstanding, 2 are decent, and all 6 are exclusive, which is excellent value. This is a set with compartments that can be used in practical ways. I especially love how both bookends add a real pop of color to an otherwise regular desk or a shelf while still looking elegant and sturdy. On top of that, Lego has included quite a few extra pieces, which is always a nice bonus. Now, back to that major Lego issue this set actually solves the sticker color mismatch problem. You heard that right. Normally, you see clear differences between the shade of the sticker and the brick it's applied to, which ruins the look. Here, however, Lego has printed the stickers on a transparent plastic instead of colored backing. This makes the designs blend seamlessly with the bricks, giving the effect of actual prints. Even up close, the difference is practically invisible. The transparent material is also stronger and less likely to tear. Lego has experimented with this before in a handful of sets, but I really hope they adopt it more widely, especially since even the $1,000 Dead Slice has over 50 stickers. If stickers are unavoidable, at least make them transparent like this, and it's easy for us to accept that. So, to wrap it up, this is a wonderful set. It's vibrant, highly functional, full of display value, and packed with excellent exclusive minifigures. The compartments are clever, the stickers are practically indistinguishable from prints, and the overall design works both as a Lego build and as a useful desk piece. I am very much happy and pleased with it. What do you think of the stickers and the minifigure lineup in this set? Do let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And see you all soon in a next video. Take care.